Yo, YouTube, what's going on? You already know who it is, your boy Cray. And in today's video, I kind of just wanted to dive right into this, man. I wanted to talk about this. This should be a short, sweet, straight to the point video. I will preface by saying that, but y'all know me. I can get on my tangents and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I got to ask the question, is Saint underrated? I mean, seriously, is Saint underrated? Okay. This question sparked up because I was just kind of chilling. I was watching a couple scrims in Road Company on Twitch. I was watching a little bit of competitive play, and I rarely seen Saint. Like, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was just the teams I was watching playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe those teams and their strategies didn't utilize Saint properly, so they weren't running Saint, okay? You know, and if that's the case, delete this video, whatever. But just typically, me looking around, me jumping in the lobbies, me starting to get a feel for this game again, I'm not seeing a lot of Saint. And whenever I do see a Saint, I can tell it's a pleb playing that Saint. They don't even know how to use a drone for real. You know what I'm saying? They're not even really rezzing their teammates. The very few Saints that I have seen utilized properly in the past were the top fraggers. I kid you not, literally had the most elims, the most downs, and the most revives, right? Like, it's crazy. If you watch any of my old videos, the people that gave me the most trouble were opposing Saint players. I kid you not, because those guys literally were untouchable because they had headstrong, they have bounce back, right? So they can heal quicker. You know what I'm saying? They got that extra 25 health. I would knock a person next to a Saint. I almost called him a Lancer. I would knock a person next to a Saint, and I'm like, haha, he doesn't have his drone, but Helping Hand lets him pick him up real quick. I'm saying 3 seconds and they back up in the fight. You know, like, and then you got to remember his intrinsic perk, his passive ability. What game am I talking about? I'm talking about Destiny. But his passive ability, whenever he res somebody, them and him, they both get a massive health regen. Saint is a tank, right? He is a tank. And in the right hands, he is scary. He is scary. Now, you guys might oppose what I'm saying, but hear me out. I'm gonna explain this just a little bit, because again, I don't want this video to be too long. You know, it doesn't need to be too long. I just got to hit on a few points, right? Think about this. Saint, of course, we all look at him as the combat medic. You know, stay in the back, drop your drone whenever we need it, come up, heal somebody, get a quick res. You know, prioritize Helping Hand, yada 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 yet. But people fail to realize and remember, Saint is a bad mamma jamma, right? I was rocking Saint with the Mamba back in the beta days, like for real. The Mamba 2 bursts to the head, good night, I'll see you later. And now that his AR, what's it called? I can't remember it. I'm gonna just call it the Mark IV. I can't remember the first 3 letters, but I'm gonna just call it the Mark IV, all right? His Mark IV now does not have a scope. I kind of liked it with the scope, not gonna lie. Felt like it was very useful, but they are phasing scopes out of the game for one reason or another. Don't know, okay? It is what it is, right? 19 to the body, 30 to the head within 30 meters, right? And then, of course, damage fall off starts to come into play, so on and so forth, right? So that AR is something that you have to line up your crits with, or else you're going to get outgunned. You're going to get outgunned in close range by SMGs, and there are better ARs in the game, you know, to the body. But to the head, 4 shots to the head, and they are sleeping with the fishes, you know, unless they have headstrong, then it's 4.5, 5 shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still put somebody down, right? Remember, Saint has evade and cloaked as well, okay? I know cloaked is not as good as it used to be by any means. I can't recall exactly what they did to it, but I remember seeing they did something to it, and it apparently is one of the worst perks in the game now, okay? But before that, you got to remember Saint had the ability to not get picked up, right? He can pull a short flank, pull a long flank, come around and catch a Dallas or a Talon off guard. You know what I'm saying? Can he still do that? Possibly. Again, I don't really know too much about the new cloak. Maybe I should do my research, but I'll do that another time. So again, he has evade. So even if he does pull a short flank, get shot at, he can bail out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he can put pressure from a different angle, right? He can res a teammate from afar with his drone, you know? So let's say, you know, the team is right here fighting. Saint came around, boom, he's right here shooting at the enemy team that's right here. He can kind of hang out back here. One of the teammates get knocked. The other 2 lay suppressive fire. He drops his drone, get that person back up. They can trade. Now it's a 3v4 situation, or excuse me, a 4v3 situation. You see what I'm saying? That hand thing I just did probably isn't a good representation, but I think you guys are understanding what I'm saying. Saint is very useful, right? He's very useful because his weapons, they work for him, right? Again, line up those crits with the Mark IV or 2 bursts with the Mamba. See you later. You can lay down a lot of damage real quick, right? He can res people, whether if they're near him or away from him, right? Of course, you can destroy the drone, or you can burn the drone on somebody and they get re-knocked, right? Things like that do happen, but still, these are just his abilities, right? He can somewhat flank now. Well, kinda, a little bit, somewhat flank. He used to be able to flank really well with cloaked, in my opinion, but now I'll just say he can somewhat flank, right? Even pull a short flank and catch opposing teams off guard, right? Tracker rounds, how did I forget about tracker rounds? He can provide intel, right? Let's say he pulled the short flank and there was somebody that maybe your teammates didn't see. Like, let's say there's a phantom holding the lane. He puts a bullet on the phantom. Now we can see the phantom for 4 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Now we can have an idea where the phantom's going to rotate, or if that phantom is going to stay that lane and try to repeat. And if she does, man, you could send her to the graveyard. You know what I'm saying? I think Saint's kit is a lot more relevant than we give it credit for. So these are just some things I want you guys to keep in mind, you know, as you're in the screen and you're looking at hard locking Lancer or hard locking Ronin or Kestrel right away. Don't sleep on my man Saint. Don't sleep on my man Saint. And the icing on the cake, how did I forget about this? My homie got the C4 now. He got the C4, so you want to talk about holding a lane. He can hold a lane, right? Because look, if I'm playing Demolition, right, and I know that this Saint always holds a certain lane, right? Like, let's say he always holds right lane by himself, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to think twice, because that C4 could just come out of nowhere and land on my head, or that C4 could be pre-placed and I could run right by it. And all he has to do is beep, kaboom, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a 3v4 situation. My team was like, oh, bro, like, oh, man, what happened? That Saint pushes, gets the thirst, and that team just collapses on us. You know, we lose the round. Saint is a bad mamma jamma right now, and I need y'all to give him his credit. For real, for real. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to cut the rant right there. I can talk about 50, 11,000 trillion other things about Saint that I'm digging right now, but I think y'all get the point by now. Saint is the truth right now. In my opinion, he's underrated. Again, let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know down in the comments below. Did I just catch streamers on a bad day? Did I just catch pro players on a bad day and they just weren't running Saint? You know, what do you guys think about Saint? Again, drop them in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. It's been your boy Cray. I'm signing out, and I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, we are out. Peace.